You know, the times are challenging indeed, and so many things happen for a reason. Former federal lawmaker and Kaduna State Senator Shehu Sani has condemned the violence that greeted the cost of living protest in the north. As far as he is concerned, it was all an attempt to overthrow the government. Meanwhile, the Nigerian military has vowed to resist any attempt at pushing for an undemocratic change of government. According to the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, individuals or groups found flying foreign flags will be treated as enemies of the state. Now, let's share this story with you. Come with me.
It's been a difficult period since protests broke out in parts of the country. Security forces, led by the police, have grappled with demonstrations which in parts of the country degenerated into violence, forcing some state governors to impose curfew. The president's meeting with heads of security agencies on Monday further put them on their toes to manage the demonstrations and the evolving security challenges in the country. 24 hours after that meeting, heads of security agencies meet again, but this time at the defense headquarters. The Chief of Defense Staff is deeply concerned with the recent turn of events, but expresses the intention of the armed forces to defend the country's sovereignty and assist law enforcement agencies in managing internal security.
We love Nigeria, we love the country. We are mindful of the fact that we are being paid, we are being equipped by monies generated from the country, and so we are duty bound to protect the country. We are only after those that are against the state, not those that are innocent. So I want to make that very clear.
The Nigerian army stand assured in defense of our democracy, of our peace, of our harmony, and we are not going to shift ground on that.
We are achieving results, and like I said, it is far much better than where we started, and we hope to redouble our efforts to make it better.
I want to remind all Nigerians that while it is a constitutional right to participate in peaceful protest, it is also an offense and a crime to engage in disorder, violence, and chaos.
They reaffirmed the commitment of the federal government to economic prosperity despite the current challenges.
There was a Shaman Mao in China, the father of China, who said, "Let all Chinese go naked until we're able to produce our own clothes. Let us all go hungry until we're able to produce our own food." And what do we have in China today? Prosperity. China is one of the super world now. There was a time that it was hard for them. They went through hardship before they became great. Let us also agree that this is the hard time that we have to go through for prosperity to come to our country.
Yes. Now, is there an intelligence? Yes. Were actions taken? Democracy is not the same thing as dictatorship. In democracy, you follow procedures, you follow rules.
Other heads of paramilitary agencies also reeled out the reforms their agencies are carrying out to fast-track development in the country.
We are going to work very closely together to sustain and even, go on above the present situation of the form of operation that security agencies are doing.
Between the interests, the long-term interests of Nigerian farmers, Nigerian stakeholders who are involved in the productions of these items, and the short-term interest of addressing food.
While the federal government is asking for time to allow the reforms yield the anticipated outcome, Nigerians are also looking for short-term interventions that will make lives meaningful and increase livelihoods. Sifon Asian TVC News, Abuja.
All right, folks, welcome back. CK, when the military brass hats come out, It reminds me of the saying that when men and mountains meet, great things are done.
So which bows first, the men or the mountain?
When they meet. And the IGP, quoted Chairman Mao. One quotation, I'm sure you remember this. Chairman Mao said, war is politics with bloodshed, while politics is war without bloodshed.
That's good. So the IGP, to a large extent, knows anyway, he's a first-class graduate of mathematics, so he knows what is talking there. But let us look at the issues as it were, what Senator Sani said. First and foremost, we have to establish the fact that any attempt to fly any foreign flag in a country like Nigeria is a treasonable offense. That has been established in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So you have there's only one flag that is known for Nigeria, which is the green, white, green.
Yeah.
The other one that you see behind the president when he's talking, one is the Nigerian flag, the other one is for armed forces. The other armed forces. Most people don't understand. Armed forces, that's the armed forces color. They say, no, it's Russia.
No.
You know, most of our people, the way they behave, because he almost carry the same color. They say, that is not Russian flag. That is armed forces, meaning he's the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. So we need to get that clear. Now,
let me add, BC also knows the only time you may fly a Russian flag here is if we were playing Russia at any of our stages.
Yes, of course. Of course. Or we're having a competition like the Olympics they're having now, and Russia decides to win gold here in Nigeria. We raise their flag. So any of that thing to the contrary.
The anthem of Russia will be played.
It will be played as well. But you have to know that this is not the first time this has been done, especially in the north. When you see any time that the Palestinians and Israelis are having issues,
it happened in 2020.
Yes, even that's what doing.
When in the north, they burned the American flag.
That is what I'm saying. So it's not, to me, this is not the first time they are doing this. The only little aspect is where they are not shouting in Hausa, army should take over, army to look at. That is it. So it has become a norm within. That is their own style of protesting. But I have to put it here that, for goodness, and I'm talking to people like, with what happened in the north during this protest, it's obvious that we're sitting on a time bomb. Look at the people that came out to protest, those people, all those guys going and looting at it. These are children between the age of 7, 8, 10. I don't see the number of adults I saw within those districts. That means we're having serious issues in the north. And we'll be saying this, and the north is becoming the headquarters of poverty headquarters in Nigeria. And we've seen it time and time again. One, the children are not going to school. The out-of-school children in the north is so... I said it. There was a time I went to Bauchi. I drove all the way from Plateau to Bauchi to, cities, that. Kano. If you see the number of children on the streets begging, carrying arms, these are Nigerians, you'll be sure. Some of them have not had their bath in 2 weeks.
And so you are wondering, at a time like this, you go back to yesterday. I remember that former President Goodluck Jonathan built
the Amajiri school.
400.
Go and ask yourself where are those schools today.
So now, the buildings are dilapidated.
Now the question you ask yourself, what are the leaders in the north doing to be able to take these children out of it? If most of them are engaged, they won't have the time to be doing what they are doing. And that is why they are made ready tools for Boko Haram and all sorts of insecurity, because a child has not eaten for 2-3 days. If you give him 500 naira, you can get him recruited into some of these things. So, Senator Sani that is talking about, some people are... He as a leader, as a former senator that have been in government, what has he done to alleviate the part of the level of poverty? And that should be a challenge for us. And that is what we should be discussing.
BC knows about this, but I think you should know too that when you attempt to cure the symptoms, you must first look at the cause.
That is what I'm saying.
Cure the cause.
They have not cured the cause. That is what I'm saying. So if that is why these children could wake up and go around and be looting, for goodness sake, this protest was not about looting. It's not about this thing. It is just to bring government attention to what is happening there. But some people were hijacked. But at the end of the first day, 2 days, when it has stopped every other place, you saw that it was escalating in the north. Yeah. That means there's a fundamental problem.
I'm not surprised. Bisi, I'm not surprised that Kano, Yobe, Borno,
even Bauchi, Kaduna,
curfews and so on.
Yeah. You see, the point is, anybody can hide under anything to do anything. You understand? And for me, these children, we've discussed it before here. They will do what they ask them to do. They will say what they ask them to say. If they say we want a change of government, know that somebody is telling them that this is what you should say. But you see, the thing that the leaders in the north do not understand is that when you point a finger at somebody, the remaining 4 points back at you. You think that you raise children that are not educated, that you think you can always use to foment trouble at any time you want it.
Listen, look at the footage.
Yeah.
Look at them.
Even the Borno State governor said it, that the children that are protesting, they are 7, 9 year old. Look at them. They are just young children. Yeah. But you think you deliberately keep these children out of school so that you can use them at will. But you do not know
at a time like this.
But you do not know also that you are exposing yourself, because now the northern leaders, all their leaders from time immemorial, they have exposed themselves now. Look at what is happening in their own parts of the country. Look at, they've already attacked lawmakers' houses. Yes. They burnt down 2 houses. They burst into their government houses. You will think that they will always listen to you, but they should know that this is a time bomb. That these people are the ones that will also consume them. Because they've been breeding children of hunger and children of anger. Over 18 million people out of school children. The figure keeps increasing every time. There was a time we were talking about 10 million out of school children. Over 70% of these children are in these northern parts of the country.
What do these tiny ones?
So now look at them. So what does this one even know about Russia? Does this one even know who Russia is? Where Russia is? He doesn't understand anything. He simply goes out there, and these are people that are hungry, and that is why you could see them removing coverts. Their own is like the anger. They are just trying to express the anger in them.
Express anger, yeah.
Yes, that's what they are trying to do. So this is a really, really bad image, and I hope that the people in the north will come together and know that one good thing that this protest has shown is that they need to come together and deal with this problem. They need to deal with this problem. This is a big problem.
Essentially, as we have agreed, gentlemen, we must cure the cause.
Yes, the cause. They need to start thinking of how to educate these people.
Citizens, you know the problem, also the challenge also has that when this political, especially we're focusing more in the north now, because that is where the teaching of this. When these political leaders in the north, when it gets to election, they mobilize these children.
Exactly.
They mobilize them, give them voters' cards to vote, to use underage children. It was raised severally at the last 2 elections that we have so many underage children. And INEC and the rest of them say there's nothing they can do about it. After using them for those elections, they abandoned them again on the streets.
But let's look at this. They embattled, is it 14th or 15th Emir of Kano?
Okay.
Yeah.
The likable
Sanusi
Lamido spoke truth, so to speak, to power in the north. They didn't quite like it.
Yes, and it has to do with education.
Yeah.
Fundamental level of education. He said it.
Look at this. These children are out on the streets, but some favored children are schooling elsewhere.
That's what I'm saying, that the same set of people that will tell these people that education is around, that it is a crime to go to access education, they will send their own children. Western education. They will send their own children to United Kingdom, to the United States of America. They go to Harvard, they go to Oxford, they go to Cambridge, they go to the best of the schools in the world to acquire this same haram.
When they come and when they finish, they come back and load them.
They load them
on
the street. Okay. So it's a selfish thing.
It's a big problem.
It's a selfish thing.
So those are the totally. I agree with you, citizen, that we should be seeing the symptom, not just we should see the root of the cause. The leaders in the north are not listening. Ask them. It's not just by just saying you are sharing rice and palliative. You are sharing rice. That is not the solution to the problem.
But we recall that it is not just former central bank governor that spoke to the intelligence that the Sultan of Sokoto.
But the question is this: you see, for me, you can be politically correct. You can speak to be politically correct. The most important thing is that
I don't want to be politically
the action.
That
one speaks louder than voice.
It does.
And that is what we need. We need action. Let them come together, all of them together.
It's not too late in the day.
It's not too late. In fact, if we don't come together now, we will continue. The case will be getting worse and worse.
But the fact remains that, and I've always said it time and time again, he who rides at the back of tiger, most of the time ends up in the stomach. And that is what is up. If the oligarchy in the north, we're not saying that some of these issues, we don't have them in the south, but it is not at this level. It is not at this level. The first thing and foremost thing, the way to empower a people, the first thing is education. We're not even talking about this thing. If you educate a child, if we know, he'll be able to, it's not, don't give me the fish, teach me how to fish.
Okay.
And if you teach me how to fish, I'll be able to fish myself.
All right. As always, our business is to mold opinion, and that's what we're trying to do.
We hope they're listening.
Okay, then.